Well, good morning, folks, and welcome to the MBP, the Michael Bender Podcast. It is Wednesday, May 6th, 2026. Coming straight from the gym. There's a lot of stuff happening here in Columbus, Ohio, and I just really want to touch base on it. My heart's been getting tugged on. I believe that we are in a spiritual outbreak of bad stuff kind of happening. People acting on impulses that are just absolutely crazy. You know, to me, this message was so important. There wasn't no getting camera ready or none of that stuff. It was, okay, get home, set up, and start filming. Because I believe what we got to say today has got a lot of meaning. And I think a lot of people need to hear this, especially, folks, the city of Columbus. The city of Columbus has a decision to make. Every individual that occupies this city has a decision to make today, right now, this very moment. This message is timeless. If you're hearing it, then this moment's now for you. It's your time to make a decision on how you're going to continue to live your life and who you're going to serve. Because I'm sorry, man, you can't be a gangbanger and serving God. You're not. You can't be a biker gang out hurting people and serving God. You're not. You can't be having road rage and serving God. You're not. Unless you're out there helping people, defusing situations, making people feel better, making people smile, bringing light to a dark situation, not giving in to what everyone else is doing, being the different one, being the one on the higher level, folks. The higher level. Unless you're that kind of person, you're not working for God. I hate to tell you that. Because God is good. God is love. And God is understanding. God is compassion. God is forgiveness. God is not having an ego. Come on now. You know, and Bender Nation knows I could go on this for a while. So I want to cut to it of why I am talking here today about, I'll tell you what, folks, I got a fire lit under my ass when I found out what was going on. I'm not a big news guy. Unless it's super important and it comes across my news feed, I really don't pay no attention. I try not to watch the news. But you can't help but notice this. Okay, so let's see here. Let me get my glasses on. I want to read this right. Pardon me. Pardon me. Okay, so on 315 North, this is Columbus, Ohio, 315 North at King Avenue at 10:10 p.m. on the 4th of May. Here's what happened. So let's go back to what happened. A woman got carjacked. Okay. And I'm going to go through the whole detail here in a second. A woman got carjacked. The carjacker took the car and got on the wrong way exit. I think it was, 315 North. So she would have been going south on the 315 North exit. And, my God, man, my condolences to all the families that were lost in this accident. She hit one car head on, and another two suffered injuries as well. I'm going to go into the details here a little bit better. So this woman, her name was Zai Fan. She had a wound to her face. Okay, folks, like she got beat up or something. She was crying. So here comes. Let's see, I got her name here. God rest her soul. You know, it's when you're trying to find something. I'll find her name here in a second. But so anyway, she pulls off the side. She's at Broadway and North High Street, right down there on campus. Sees this woman bleeding, okay, and pulls over and was like, "Oh my gosh, jump in, and I'll take you to the hospital." And as soon as she got in the car, she pulled out a rock, and not a crack rock either. She pulled out a rock to bash this woman in the head. And the woman got out of the car and ran. And so Miss Fan here decided she was going to go ahead and steal the car. Okay, folks? Well, by this woman's actions, I'm guessing she really doesn't have a lot of experience driving cars. And this is exactly what happened. She took the car, she got on 315 southbound, got on there, and hit another car head on, killing the woman. She's a 30-year-old young woman who worked for the city prosecutor's office of Columbus, Ohio. Thriving, successful young woman. Life stolen. Because someone was so jacked up on freaking drugs and out of their damn mind that they murdered her. And I guarantee you, she was messed up. She was cracked out, heroined out. She was somethinged out. I guarantee it. Because people don't make decisions like that sober-minded. God gave us a conscience. And before you go bashing somebody in the head with a rock or killing someone head on, your decision-making is usually pretty fogged. That's a fact. I want to pray for the people who were hurt in this accident. You're on my prayer list. My condolences. You guys, oh my gosh, it breaks my heart. And like I said, it lights a fire under my ass to where I give no craps about how I look on camera. Dude, it's about getting this message out. Getting the message out that we're at war and we have to be ready because there's people out here listening to the devil and doing the devil's work. I'm down. And that's why here I am. That's why I am here this morning, folks. So what's the lesson of that, you guys? Lock your car doors, and unfortunately, if you can't fight, and I'm not going to pick someone up that I can't beat their ass. If you can't fight and you can't whoop who you're letting in the car, whether they got a gun or a knife or whatever, then you don't need to be helping them. It's just too big a risk. Leave that shit for people like us. If you can't whoop them, don't help them. Because they might come after you. And you know what it makes me think of? Now think if this woman who got carjacked, and I hate to say it like this, had enough balls to bust that woman right in the face, kick her ass, there'd still be there'd be one person alive and two people that's life hadn't completely changed. If you can't whoop their ass, don't help them. And you could have avoided this whole situation just by driving by. Oh, nope. He looks like he could whoop my ass. Sorry, dude. You better pick that big redneck behind me. I think it's a good rule to live by. Leave that stuff to us. Because I'll tell you what, folks, she wouldn't have hit me with that rock. She wouldn't have made it out of that car. And I'm a God-fearing, loving, peaceful man. But by golly, when it's time to get busy, I got my dancing shoes on. Let's go. I'm all about kicking the devil's ass. Got me fired up. I do not tolerate that kind of stuff in my city without me speaking up like a volcano. And I know I got people all around the world that watch me here in Columbus, all the way to New Zealand. Hear my voice. I mean it, man. I am a voice for God. And this is unacceptable, Columbus, Ohio. Unacceptable. Let's move on. Let me get a cup of drink coffee here. You know, I mean, I didn't even put on no music. It does not matter. This is all about the message right now. All about the message. So my prayers go out to the Columbus Police Department. My golly, I'm so sorry about your loss of a comrade. You know, folks at home, I pray for the EMS workers every single morning because you know why? Because they're putting their life on the line to save yours, to save Tom's, to save Joe's, to save Billy's, to save the crackhead, to save the heroin addict, to save the homeless guy. They are undiscriminatory to saving lives. If you are a human being, an animal, they will come and save you. They will come protect you against the bad people. But unfortunately, you got people that do not respect the police. And people who do not respect the police, men's, women's lives. And so I seen a video, I'm going to show up here, of in South Linden the other day. And I'm not for sure if this was 2 incidences. I believe there was 2 incidences because one guy was shot dead and the other guy, I could hear him talking on the body cam. So I think they just wounded him. And, but he shot and killed a police officer, man. And all he's going out doing is trying to feed his family. Maybe doing something that he loves. Dude, I almost crying talking about that. He's out here putting his life on the line. And then you got these punk-ass dudes thinking they can just go up and shoot him because they got a ball of crack in their freaking pocket. God dang it, man. They got so little regard for the police's life, EMS's life, that they'll just shoot them because they're doing something illegal. I mean, this all boils down to drugs. It really does. You know why? You know why the dope boys are shooting the police? Because they're selling drugs. And when people are ODing and dying left and right and doing these absurd acts of violence because They're buying the drugs off the drug dealers who are shooting the cops and getting hooked on them. Do you see the circle of violence there? It absolutely breaks my heart. Because I know there's a choice. It doesn't have to be that way. Dude, I used to smoke so much crack and ruin other people's lives and I never did bad shit like fucking what that girl did, but I was still a horrible man. Dude, and I climbed out of the depths of hell. And all I want to do now is give back and help other people get to where I'm at. We got to stop this violence, America. That's just all there is to it. We got to take a stand. And it all boils down to getting everyone off this shit. That's why America and the world around this globe, I am doing what I am doing. I will fight for this until the day I die, until God takes my last breath. I will praise God and I will fight the devil. I will have a war on drugs, a compassion for addicts, an understanding for homelessness, a respect for the police and the fire department. And I will win. I will win. Because we as a collective of Christ, we already know we won. That's where I get my confidence through Jesus. That's my God. That's my holy God is Jesus. And that's where I get my strength, my confidence. I know for a fact that I can do anything, that I don't have to be chained to anything. Not a woman, not a drug, not a lust. And I know I have that power. And I want to show you how to have that power. And him. Oh, dude, I'm notorious, folks, for picking people off the street. And don't think that I don't practice that same rule of if I can't whoop them, I'm not going to help them or even have them get close to me to stick me up or rob me. No. But I love just dry picking people off the street and actually giving them a chance to get their life back. And you would be so surprised on how many of them, I would say the majority of 100% of them, 90 and below, all say the same thing. I just want money. I don't need to go to, I won't go to rehab. No, I won't go to this shelter. I won't go to Forward Health. I won't go to the counseling center. I won't go to As You Are. We got rehabs out the ass in Columbus, Ohio. Out the ass. On top of go down to Portsmouth, Ohio. And that's all there is in Portsmouth is rehabs. There's no excuses. The moral of this story was, We got to get our act together, Columbus, Ohio, and it's time to start spreading love. It's time to start stepping up. And you got to ask yourself, am I serving God? Am I better than that crackhead, murderer? Am I better than that drug dealer, murderer? Well, that's what we shoot for. That's what we shoot for. But that's why we got to step up. Because if we don't, it's not going to be safe for your children out in these streets. Think about if that was your daughter on 315 that just got killed from a crackhead or heroin addict's erratic behavior. And all it would have took was that woman who got carjacked to stop that. Like I said, if you can't defend yourself, you got no business helping somebody because you're going to put other people at risk. Leave that to the light workers. Leave that to the warriors, to the soldiers. Because I guarantee you, bub, if I'm out in the streets doing my ministry, I'm ready. I'm ready to throw hands. I'm ready to run. I'm ready to dodge a knife. Because from the onward looker on, oh, well, this guy's got it going on. He's out here helping people. Let's take what he's got. Some people are like that. Some people are at a point of their addiction. It's not written on their face. It's written on their soul. And their soul is black. That's why we were called to fight. Because this ain't no wimpy game. You could lose your life doing what we do, being a light worker. It's very possible. And I'm okay with that. Dude, I live like it's heaven on earth. No lie, no pumping stuff up. I live like I've already went to heaven. And any day I go, let's go. I'm ready. What a gift to be able to graduate this program like I am going to do. And you need to live the same way. I mean, I hate to say it. I hate to tell people like, well, you need to do this, but you need to do this. It protects you. It protects your family. And you can't always harness your kids. You can't keep them trapped up and cooped up in this nasty world, man. That's why you got to build them strong so they know not to pick up a crackhead on High Street. America, this infuriates me that the city of Columbus lost a good young woman to someone who was out of their freaking noggin. It disgusts me to the point to where I'm not shutting up. You done lit a fire under my ass. And here I am. And we're going to do something about it, America. Columbus, Ohio. It's a matter of fact, Columbus, Ohio. I'm going to be at Hayden Falls this Saturday from 9 to 11 picking up trash. If you want to come down and convert with me, collaborate on how we can work together to help this city. Well, now that my blood pressure's all worked up, I'm just kidding. I do get excited. I get excited about talking about God. I get excited about talking about building warriors. America, I'm not scared no more. You're looking at a fella right here that don't care what anyone thinks about him. Only thing I know I got to do is I got to preach the word. I got to tell people what is right. and lead by example. I'm going to try that again. I tell you what, folks, the time is now. The time is now to step up. You're looking at a guy here that don't care what anybody thinks about him. My only job is to speak the truth, show the way, show people how to live right, how to control their thoughts and their lust and all these chains, how to break those chains and please my Father. That's my only job in life right now. And for the rest of my life. I will do this until the day I die because I love it. I got a heart for it because I've been the one kissing the devil's toes. Flame so hot around you, it sends your neck hair off. And then I found a way out. I found little rivets on those rocks and climbed up and climbed out of those pits and got my head back into the light and my arms around my Father. And my Father showed me what life is now. Life that I never knew existed. I thought I was just bound to be suppressed and poor and an addict and never have nothing. But no. God said, I got bigger plans for you, son. You're going places. You're going to teach thousands and thousands of people. I want you to say what is on your heart because I put what's on your heart there. I really hope this helped somebody out today. By golly, let me say something. If you are battling addiction, DM me. I know people all over this state. I know people all over this country. I have resources to help you. I don't care what you have. I'm probably guessing you probably ain't got much because you don't need nothing, just yourself and a desire to quit. I love you, America. Columbus, Ohio, this message was for you. Let's get our act together. Let's show some godliness. Let's stand together for what's right. And also, the March for Jesus is this Saturday. I believe it's, we get together at 12. It kicks off at like 1. Let's go. It's about time to be spreading some light and take our city back and take our country back. With that, I'm going to get ready for the day. And America, I love you. Be blessed and be a blessing to others.